Hello, hello. I'm back again to draw some more sprites. Where did we get up to yesterday? I feel like we got pretty far. Looks like we have 5 sprites. Oh, that's weird. Seems like he's getting taller in this one. Okay. Let's fix that. I didn't notice that yesterday. I think we can just, today feels like a coffee day. Have fun with that. Not the bad kind of coffee. I do like a good coffee, although I'm caffeine free these days. I have some ginger and turmeric tea though, with creatine. That's my little boost in the morning. A bit of creatine. Oh, I see what you mean. It's not a coffee for survival. It's a coffee for enjoyment. That's good. Yeah, because I was just running on caffeine as a pure survival mechanism for a long time. Eventually I thought, hey, this is not right. Yeah, I thought, hey, this can't be good. I need caffeine to function now. I better stop. Oh, yeah. I remember I drank like a green tea or a matcha or something one day after I'd taken a big break from caffeine. I felt like I could take over the world. There we go. Okay, so does that mean the mask needs to be higher? Possibly. Seems to be working okay. At least he doesn't look like he's just randomly getting taller in one of these. Yeah, I would need to increase the height of the canvas to get that mask. Oh. Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Let's try just making a 64 by 64 canvas, I guess. Hopefully I'm doing that right. Yeah, I've messed up the origin now, though. 64, the origin needs to be at 56. I believe, is that right? Yeah. Well, I think it's gonna look good when it's all done. That's definitely keeping me motivated. We gotta get rid of those ears. He looks like one of those frickin'... What are those guys out of Star Trek called with the ears? The Ferengi, there we go, yeah. He looks like a goddamn Ferengi. Oh, wait a minute, is his head changing position? Or is that just me? Oh, I guess if I shortened him down, yeah, his head is going to be changing position. Oh boy. Yeah, because his torso was too tall, but his head needs to remain at the same height. Oh my god, what's happened? Oh Jesus Christ, what? Whoa. Alright, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna close the project without saving. Oh my god. I think I'd already saved somehow. Okay, I can always restore back to the last backup. Use Discord overlay. I don't want a Discord overlay. Let's just go ahead and restore back to yesterday's backup. How do I discard all of my changes here? Discard. Yes. Can I disable the Discord overlay? I hate overlays, dude. Game overlay. Disable. There we go. Super annoying. It's like everything has to have an overlay on top of what you're doing. And then they all have a bunch of keybinds, and you wind up hitting something and you enable some graph pops up or something. It's so stupid. I can just alt tab if I want to look at something. Why would I need an overlay? Alright, so his head's in the right position. I guess we just gotta bring down the torso. Bring down the citadel. Oh, I guess the axe would be included in that. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to bring the axe head down. Oh, okay then. Still feel sick after breakfast. This is gonna change the consistency, isn't it? This might mean I need to change the other frames as well. Oh yeah, definitely looks a lot better. He actually kind of has a neck now. That's good. Alright, so his head's in the right place and his torso is the correct height. Or so it would appear. I don't know what's going on with this one. Well, it still looks fairly good. Transitioning between frames, that seems to be working. Right, so the mask is the problem, the mask. Right. So now I just need to... Well, lesson learned, don't use the arrow keys to cycle through frames whilst you have something selected with the selection tool, because it does both. It shifts your selection around and it switches frames. And it really causes a mess. Boom, and this needs to be 56. There we go. Right, okay. Yep. Man, my glutes are killing me today. I don't know what happened. It's like a delayed reaction. I haven't done a workout since Friday last week. And now my glutes have really started hurting. Probably I've become too inactive now. I've gone sedentary. And I do plan on lifting today, so hopefully I'll be alright once I get back on the train. Alright, so we gotta move the mask up like a couple of 1 or 2 pixels, I guess. I think 2 is a lot. If we could maybe just get away with 1. This seems very much on the same level still. Yeah, I'm quite interested to try out some of these procedural animations too. Just so we could give them a little bit of movement, a little bit of kind of like idle sway and a bit of like bobbing up and down when they're walking or something. And it's not going to be a lot of work. Well, it's literally just... I've not actually tried it, but I guess I just sort of upload the sprites and punch in some numbers and away we go. Hmm. Well, I think it's okay. It doesn't seem too bad. All right. Hmm. Yeah, I guess you would kind of expect it to go up another pixel. I'm just realizing that the eyes on the mask are way above where his eyes would actually be. Seems like it's sort of necessary for the composition of the mask, though. Could probably drop these down 1. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. Is it? Is it though? Alright, well, he doesn't necessarily need to be looking through the eye holes, I suppose. It doesn't have to make sense. That would just be a bonus. I don't know about that actually. That kind of looks too tall now. We've crossed the line. We've reached the limit. Okay. The butt crack is just hilarious on this guy. It was Scarba's suggestion. It works really well for this guy because he's like the builder, you know. it just makes so much sense. Alright, okay then. So I think next up we've got probably the inverse of this one. Not the inverse, but we have the up left facing one next. Up left. Thankfully I can reuse 90% of this. I can reuse just about everything except the arms. So we'll just duplicate this one. Chop his arms off and mirror it. Bingo. Alright, so this time his left hand is going to be on his hip. His left hand's always on his hip, what am I saying? His left hand's going to be at the front. And his right hand with the axe is going to be at the back. I'm going to figure out what that's going to look like. Standing like this. It'll be pretty much looking like straight on at the top of the axe. You might see a little bit of his elbow peeking out. These seagulls are going crazy on the roof. One of them going to slide down the window in a second. it's quite difficult to visualize. Yeah, my brain still isn't fully switched over to being able to think isometrically. It is weird that how, like, unless you're trained to do that, your brain just kind of defaults back to thinking in 2D. I think it needs a bit more of a downwards angle. Oh boy. Looks close. Definitely looks close. I feel like, yeah, maybe we gotta do something like that. I feel like it perhaps needs to stick out a little bit more. And going up like that. His hand is like behind his head there. Hmm. Hey Bogan, welcome back. I'm making a GodSIM, like a colony sim where you play as a god and perform miracles and stuff to help the tribe survive. Oh, I feel like we're close. We're honing in on something, but we're not quite there yet. Let's try moving this hand to the right. It's very inspired by Black and White. If you remember that game. A good game, I would hope so. I think it's pretty good so far. I like it. And then you would just see a little bit of the axe handle on his shoulder there. And the axe head. Suppose it depends what you're into, really. Funny, because I don't play a lot of colony sims. Or god games, even. But I've always been fascinated by whether I could make one, you know? Always just wondered if I could build a simulation. Like a life sim. Turns out I can. so here we are now. I've got to finish it. What a nightmare. What have I gotten myself into? Okay, something like that, I guess. Not got a lot of pixels to work with here. We've got a limited pixel budget. I'll be doing that. I'll be removing that space. Cheap viewers. Oh, that looks cool, actually. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe something like that. Oh, I don't know, actually. Yeah, no, yeah. Definitely better. Okay then. Right, we'll go with that for now. We can always fix it up later. Let's try and get his other arm on. Like this, standing like this. I do think you would be able to see through his, not through his arm, but you know what I mean. Oh god, no, that's not right. You gotta think isometrically, dude. Right. So that front shoulder should be like dropping down a bit, I think. Not a lot. I've mainly done level design for arena FPS games like Reflex Arena and Quake. And then just like school projects, you know, I did study game design in college and the first time that I went to uni. I've written a tabletop role-playing game. This is my first, you know, major commercial project. Oh, this arm is confusing. Let's draw it. Let's switch colors. Let's go like this. Maybe just get rid of another pixel there. Maybe not. Yeah, this was really the project where I learned to program. And now it turns out it's also the project where I'm learning pixel art. Which was never the plan. Always hoped to get someone else to do the art, somebody who actually knows what they're doing. But here we are. It just felt like the thing to do. I wanted to change things up. I wanted a bit of a break from like all the logic and math side of things, and I wanted to do something a bit artsy, you know. So it's been a nice change. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting there. He needs a little thumb on his hip. That might be a big thumb. Okay, it's like it's almost, we're so close. Maybe like the shoulder needs extending out a little bit. But it still needs to drop down. Something like that, maybe. Oh. Huh, okay. I think it might need thinning down a little bit there so we can see through the gap a bit more. But yeah, I attempted this exact project like 3 times, I think. I'm pretty sure I built it from the ground up 3 times, and it was the 4th try that really stuck. And now here we are 3 years in. And we're about, by my estimations, we're just over halfway through development. It's going pretty well. Let's bring some highlights in there. Okay. Definitely the elbow is not working right now. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I kind of like that shape. Looks like he's got a broken arm. Jeez. I'd say the fall off here is not quite steep enough. Maybe if I go like this. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, the shoulder's kind of back, and then the forearm kind of goes forwards again. Try and sort of convey that. Yeah, no, that does look better, doesn't it? Let's try a little bit of shading underneath the arm there. Give it some shape. I'll figure this freaking elbow out. Why is it so confusing? Alright. That's a step in the right direction, I'd say. Okay, yeah. Just give him a bit more of a pointed stick. Give him a bit more of a pointed elbow. Okay. It kind of looks like his arm's on backwards to me. That helps. That definitely helps. Let's do a little comparison with the previous frame. Oh. Okay, I'm seeing the problem. It's just like he's sticking his elbow forwards. Right. Let's bring this down. His hand is lower on his hip too, isn't it? Yeah, right down at the waistline there. Okay. Hmm. Get rid of the grid for a second. Okay. We're on the right track. That's a little bit better than what we had. I think the thing is, like, the elbow is still too far out there. It's far out, man. And it's got also, I think it's got to drop down. It's either just got to drop down by like 1 pixel, or it's got to come in 1 pixel as well. I think it's got to come in, because you drop it down immediately, it looks wrong. Okay, what's going on with the inside of his forearm now? Oh boy. I'd say his shoulder looks a bit off still. Just like 1 pixel too much shoulder or something. I just feel like putting the outline on it now to kind of see where we're at, and then we'll make some adjustments from there. Outline really helps to get a sense of the shape. Okay, yeah. So he's got like a weird lump on his shoulder. That doesn't look right. Okay. That rear arm is looking swollen. Not in a good way. Really tough to get that correct. It's got to be something like that, I would say. Yeah, the problem with this arm is just like it doesn't end at an elbow, you know? It's like he's got this giant flat elbow. It doesn't make sense. Okay, interesting. Feels like potentially a step in the right direction there. It's just he's got like he's pretty swole. Got these pretty chunky arms, and then suddenly he's got this really skinny arm. What's up with that? It's like maybe just try moving the whole arm out a bit. Hey orangutan, how's it going? Okay, that helped. Yeah, that's good. That might be it, to be honest with you. It took a minute to get there, but I think we've honed in on a pretty decent left arm. Oh, nope, definitely don't do that. Okay, but then this bit, wait, which bit? Whoa. This bit down here. Gotta scooch that across, I think. Yeah, that helps. And then, but like the inside of the arm here, kind of looking a bit strange. Sort of gets too thick if I do that, but this looks really boxy, which is odd. See, that's weird because he turns, but his thumb stays in the same place. Hey, Fizzy Busy. What's on my mind today? There's not much. Pixels, apparently. I feel like I am an empty-headed boy. Looks, Yeah, still, we're not quite there. We're not quite. I think the thing is that, like, the hand would actually be in front of his belt. The hand is staying on the same level. It should be like 1 pixel down, which might give me enough room to smooth out this line on the inner arm. Wait a minute, which one am I doing? I'm doing this one. So let's try dropping this down. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. But I don't think we're there yet. What's going on? What's going on? Why is his elbow getting smaller? Okay. I'd say the top of the arm is working quite well. It's sort of like the inside and the forearm and the hand. It's not looking great. think this has been the hardest one yet. It's even worse than the hunters. Oh yeah, he has like a shoulder blade in this one. Mmm. I think that's pretty much it. It's not going to get much better than that. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I think I'm still mainly suffering the aftermath of the ordeal that I went through to get here. But I think what I'm seeing right now, hopefully if I can cleanse my mind, it looks okay. Seems to transition quite nicely from the previous frame. I'm a little bit concerned about his foot. He sort of looks like he has a broken ankle. What's going on with his foot? Just need to look at one of my other ones. That was the problem. That's the thing. When I took a little break from doing pixel art to do some coding, I like forgot my method basically, and now I'm uncertain about how I do things. I've like forgotten the procedure, but luckily I can look back at my old ones. Yeah, so the bottom of the foot does reach the bottom of the canvas in those diagonal sprites. It's just that it should be sort of squared off. Otherwise it kind of gives this look like he has a broken foot or something. Excuse me. There we go. There we go. Now you're talking. All right. Where are we at? Six of 8. And they're all looking pretty good. Except that leaf is on the wrong side, isn't it? Yep. Kind of weird that it doesn't get higher up. feel like I was trying to cut corners a bit by just drawing a very simple green rectangle. But maybe it needs to be a little bit more than that. Or maybe it just needs to be a little green rectangle in a slightly different position. Maybe I do that. Guess it would be thinner from this perspective. That's weird. Okay. Alright, it's good enough for now. We'll see how it do when we get the full rotation. We're getting there. Now we need to do the left facing one, which hopefully, don't say it, dude, should be pretty easy. It's just that, but we gotta give him the arm on the hip instead of the arm with the axe. But I guess you would still see the axe head peeking out back there, but like on the other side. What would that look like? Would pretty much look exactly the same. I suppose possibly it would look a little bit higher up. It might look 1 pixel higher than where it is now. What with it being an isometric perspective and all. Maybe nudge it up a pixel. Missing a bit of shading there, it would seem. There. And then we would have like the handle poking through, maybe there. What does the back of his head look like? What on earth is the back of his head supposed to look like? So probably just something like that for the axe. And we just gotta get his freaking arm on there. Something like that, I guess. Alright, well that was a pretty easy one. That took like 5 minutes. The last one took about 3 hours. Alright. How's it looking? Does it transition nicely between them? Yeah, we just got to get this leaf on the right side, I suppose. And by that, I mean the left side. How do you do that? How do you do that? I guess we kind of lower it down a bit. Oop. Something like that. I don't know. Well, it seems like it should be back a little bit, you know, kind of like behind the mask. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Maybe like that even? Wait, what? What have I done? The mask is at the wrong height. There we go, like that. Good enough, I suppose. Good enough. Cool, okay. We need, what is it, one more now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. You can almost see the full rotation. Yeah, that looks weird. Guess I just need to move those up. Like, from the front view, those are his pecs, right? But then from the back view, it's like he's got some very low shoulder blades or something. Cool. One more to go. That would be the down left facing sprite. I have a down right. Down right. Down right sprites on my land. So what can we reuse from this? We can reuse the legs, the head, and the torso, basically. Got a feeling this could be a hard one. Just chop the arms and legs off to begin with. Yeah, the weird thing is, like, is it something to do with like that bell curve? It's like the more I'm learning, the harder it gets. It's very weird. Because in the beginning you don't actually know like what to even think about, or like what questions to ask, and then I don't know, it's like the more I've learned, the tougher time I've been having with these. But that could also be that I'm trying to draw more challenging stuff as I go. I don't know, but I don't know, the shaman, this is the first one I did and it's pretty wild. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's like the more I learn, the more I overthink, because now I know all this stuff to think about, and it sort of makes it harder. Actually, I had a similar experience when I was designing maps for Reflex. Like my first map was probably my best one because I didn't know what I was doing, and then I got like the analysis paralysis, and I would just overthink all of my maps and try and perfectly balance them and everything, and you just like, they just get worse. The maps just got worse the more I thought about them. It's very weird. But maintaining that flow where you're just like doing instead of thinking is quite difficult. So you wind up getting stuck in your own head at some point, and usually that's probably just a sign that you should stop. Really. Oakley dokley then. Right, we've got a dude with no arms here. Let's see what we can do. So he's gonna have the axe in the back, right? Yeah. No, wait. I have to mirror this first. So now the axe is going to be in the back on that side there. We probably will just see a little bit of the axe handle and like his elbow. Oh, why does my shoulder hurt so much? Oh, okay. And then on this side, we just need his hand on his hip. That seems like it would be, don't say it, easy to draw. The funny thing is sometimes I do both now. I select the eyedropper tool and then hold control. At least I'm remembering most of the time. Okay, I'd say his elbow, not his elbow, his shoulder looks a little bit too low down there. Low down, no good shoulder. Maybe we just sort of move the whole thing up. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. A little bit of highlighting. Looks a bit squished up. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a mindset problem at the moment where the game dev, the game dev is the game dev. The game dev is threatening to overtake my fitness regimen, and we can't allow that. I'm like, well, if I was to just stop exercising and neglect my health, I would be able to do more game development. That's a terrible idea, dude. You don't want that's exactly how you got in this mess in the first place. If I just did nothing but play video games all day every day, I could be the best in the world. Yeah, look where that got you, dude. You almost frickin' died. So we can't give in to those thoughts. We must not give in. The game dev, everything, in fact, everything takes a back seat as everything else is lower priority than health. Health is number one. He looks kind of like an old man with back pain now. He's like, oh, my spine. It's not really the look I'm going for. We'll try and we'll figure it out. Okay, and then he's got his shoulder and his arm in the back with the axe. Gotta just visualize it. Gotta look at my own arm. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's not meant to have noodles for arms. Let's try again. Oh boy. Looks like Octodad. Oh, oh god. That looks more like he's doing this. He's like, success. But it's not a success, because that's not what we're going for. Yeah, the forearm at this angle is going to appear pretty much completely vertical, pretty much completely straight. Okay then. Yeah, I mean, I know that back shoulder is going to be quite high up because of the perspective, but I think it's too high up. I think it's got to be there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, we got to bring this down. That's what we need to do. There we go. That's now we're moving in the right direction. Okay, let's fill this in. All right. Yeah. It's just. Maybe that hand can go a little bit lower down. Was I just saying, dude, that arm is going to be like vertical. That forearm, I mean. I guess it's going to be something like that. And then the hand is what's really throwing me off because, like, it looks like side view, but it's just because I don't have enough pixels to work with. So let's add the stick, the axe handle. That might help. Kind of. Sometimes, you know what, it helps me to add that on a second layer so I can just go right across everything else. Lay something a bit like that. Although that looks a little bit forwards facing or something. There's going to be another one where it's just a straight horizontal line. No. Needs a little bit of an angle to it, I think. Oh. I mean, I think that's the best I've come up with so far. Yeah, no. It's pretty much, you're pretty much like side on to the handle. It's not like it's going further into the distance or pretty much side on. So, yeah. And his thumb and fingers are going to be wrapped around it. Probably the easiest thing to do is just drop it back. Merge those. Yep. 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 I mean, that's how the whole thing started for me. Really, like, you know, I just devote 100% of my time to gaming. Like, my life depends on it. Maybe I'll be able to get off this rock, you know? But that's the thing I would say, you know, somebody who's lived a while and has some accrued some life experience now is like, don't ever do that thing. Don't ever fall into that trap of like, well, I'll sacrifice my health now for some future goal that I'm trying to reach. Just don't do it. Because even if you reach that goal, now you've got to fix your health, and health is always number one. And if you don't reach that goal, then you've just destroyed your health for no reason. Now you have two problems. It's just never. I know, and I know, like, I've been there. It's when you're in a really bad situation. It's super difficult, but you've got to put your health as number one and do everything that you can. Even if you're in a really bad situation. That doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you. I think I'm just going to add the outline and we'll see where we're at. Jesus Christ, what's going on there? He's got a chunk missing out of his stomach. Alright, yeah. There we go. I don't really know what's going on there. Would that be like that? I guess so. It's kind of weird how his pec is like merging into his arm. That looks a bit strange. But yeah, I mean, the mindset that I try to adopt now is that, like I say, everything is secondary to health, and you just don't give yourself a choice, right? It's not like, oh, do I feel like working out today, or you just don't even have a choice. Don't allow yourself the freedom to decide or to choose even. It's just you gotta show up and do it. Alright, that's not too bad. That's looking alright. And his hand, what would his hand be like on his hip there? Yeah, pretty much like that. Not bad, I guess. The butt crack. It cracks me up every time, no pun intended. Alright. Yeah, I suppose the thing is, from this view, let me think about it. No, it's pretty much side on. That's pretty much it. But yeah, his fingers are like curling over the axe. He's got his thumb here. So you could maybe extend that shadow all the way across, or put it there. Yeah, it would have to be like that, I think. Sort of like he has his hand wrapped around. Don't really have enough pixels to do a defined thumb, I don't think. I don't know, that kind of works. It's pretty massive thumb. Yeah, that's probably the best. Okay, let's have a look from this window. And then, oh, probably the leaf on his head is not in the right place. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit dangerous as well when people sort of give you this idea like, oh, you can do anything you want to do, you know? Yeah, you can do anything. That's bullshit. I don't know what that is, where that comes from. People just want to like just lie to you to make you feel good or protect you from the truth, or in some cases maybe it's survivorship bias, because for some people they did do what they wanted to do and it worked out. But that's like a tiny percentage of people. The vast majority of people hate what they do and are completely fucking miserable. Like, I forget the numbers, but it's like 70% of Americans hate their job and just, you know, it's just something they have to do to survive. You're in a very small minority of people if you're actually one of the people who gets to do what they love for a living. Doesn't work that way for most people. So you gotta be, I feel like it's dangerous to tell people like, oh, you can do anything you want. It's like, really? That's not, that's not what the numbers show. That's not what the stats show. It's not what reality shows at all. It's like, you know, by all means, try, because that is where the fulfillment lies. If you want to actually be happy in life, then you've got to do what you want to do, even if it means death. Basically, you have to be willing to die for what you love. That's the only choice. Otherwise, you'll be miserable, because you won't be sort of fulfilling your purpose or living like a self-guided existence or whatever you want to call it. But you got to understand it's gonna fucking suck. It's gonna be extremely difficult, and people are probably going to be telling you that people are probably going to try and stop you as well, which is even more confusing when sometimes it's the same people who tell you that you can do anything you want, and then when you try, they're like, stop doing that. Get a real job. It's like, wait a minute, didn't you just say I could do anything? But yeah, I mean, it just exposes the freaking hypocrisy of it, doesn't it? They're obviously just bullshitting. Okay, well, this is our little dude. And I dare say we can see the full rotation now. I'm a little bit concerned that his back arm there might be sticking out a little bit too far forwards. Mm. It's moving in like 1 pixel compared to this front-facing one. I think it probably needs to move in a couple of pixels, like an extra pixel. We sort of lose a lot of detail when we do that, though. But it really is pretty much vertical looking from that angle, so I don't think we can add like a bend to the, or an angle to the forearm. Be a bit concerning if your forearm was bendy. I just feel like I don't have enough pixels to get it to work with to really get the shape. Maybe there's a way to do it, but for now let's just slow the animation down and watch it and look for any sort of glaring issues. I'd say it's working for the most part. Something. It does seem like his left his right arm, the one with the axe, is kind of wiggling around a bit. The other one's feeling more consistent frame to frame, but that right elbow is kind of going up and down. And slow it down a bit more. Yeah. Right, it's that one frame there. It is the first frame. Interesting. So I think his elbow needs to be lower down. He's kind of like... Yeah, this is almost like, you know, when you have something on your shoulder and you like rest your hand on it. It's almost like that rather than holding it. And I'd say rather than trying to change, well, we definitely don't want to have to change 7 frames when we can just change 1, because it would have a knock-on effect on all of them, really. So we got to bring this elbow down. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you can do anything you want, but you got to be willing to die, basically. That's kind of the level of commitment that it takes. But the funny thing is, that is the way to be happy. You'll notice that people who just chase money and stuff, they're never fulfilled. They're always miserable because they haven't actually found like their purpose. They're not really like living for themselves. They're just like chasing a bunch of carrots on sticks, you know? They're not really sort of self-guided. Okay, I guess that works. It just looks kind of like he has a unusually large elbow. There we go. That's sort of... Well, I think maybe actually you want to sort of have that in the middle, because the tricep would be the thickest part. Oh, I don't know. Actually, it looks kind of weird. Try all the way to the right. Oh. No, that's even weirder. Okay. Well, I think actually the first version worked the best. Let's watch the animation again. Oh yeah, it's looking a lot more consistent now, isn't it? It still looks a bit weird from that first frame to that second frame. Might be as good as we're gonna get, though. I think it's odd because they're going from a highlight there to a shadow there. Could be part of the reason. Huh, I don't know, looks kind of strange. That's supposed to be like the shadow under his fingers. That's kind of his thumb there. That's supposed to be the highlight on his forearm. Hmm. The legs look pretty good. Oh, right, okay. I could get, let's see if I can get a couple extra pixels on there like that. Yeah, for the shoulder blades, that really helps. Huh, why is that? Yeah, it kind of connects up to that one on this side. Ooh, okay. Not sure there's anything I can really do about that, though. I think I can. I think I can drop that down 1 pixel there. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of the problem that we're facing is that it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy or whatever they say. Like, what people don't realize is that, you know, we have the power, right? We all collectively have the power to change the world. It's just it requires a mindset shift. People sort of disempower themselves by thinking, oh, this is just the way things are. We have no choice. So and then we just wind up perpetuating the same old way of doing things, right? Instead of sort of taking a stand and realizing that, like, well, if we just collectively decide to change, we don't actually have to live like this anymore. We're sort of doing it to ourselves in a way, you know. So do what you love, you know. It's really important that you do what you love. And, you know, you kind of, it's kind of like you also give other people permission to do what they love as well when they see you doing what you love. It is really important. A lot of people won't get it. A lot of people will hate on you, but they're stuck in the old mindset. So it doesn't really matter. Is shoulder blades too high up on this frame? I'm trying to figure out what's both. No, I think it's correct, isn't it? Let's see. The bottom of the shoulder blades are there. Okay. Yeah. I don't think we have enough pixels to do it any differently, so that's how it's going to be. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to change those. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the finished carpenter. Oh, what's going on with his belly button there? His belly button like stays in the same place? No, it's not the same place. It is. Is it the same place? It is the same place. I think we need to get rid of the belly button in is it the side view? Side view. Yeah, we can't have the belly button in the side view. It's looking weird. Yeah, and a lot of people, you know, because they didn't have the courage or whatever to like try and do things differently. They sort of want to inflict it upon other people. They want to oppress other people. Yeah, that's kind of like the old mindset. He's missing an ear. Let's give him his ear back. Can only hear out the right side of his head right now. There we go. There's your ear. Sure that's in the right place. I have nothing to compare it to, so maybe that's more accurate ear placement. I can't tell. I suppose you would be able to see the top of his ear in this frame, actually. just there. Cool. Would you see the ear in this one? Doesn't look right, so we'll just say it's hidden behind the mask. What's going on with his shoulders? I feel like his shoulders in this last frame. No, I think that's just in my head. Pretty sure they're fine. But I mean, it's early days still, and really there's like a lot of shit that we're going through at the minute. Like, I don't know. I used to think of us as this like super advanced civilization, you know, almost on the verge of creating a utopia or something, but we're barely even like crawling out of the muck, basically. You just go back like 100 years and the way that people were treating each other and how stupid and insane everybody was is just off the charts, dude. It was absolutely fucked. And that's not long ago at all. We're only just emerging from that, really. We're in our infancy as a species. And so there's a lot of bullshit from the past that we just need to shed, you know? Alright, nice. I mean, that's the thing, like, it's sort of like you've got to make a choice to live in reality instead of sort of playing the game, you know? Most people are kind of like playing this game instead of actually living in reality, like some sort of a mass psychosis that everybody's experiencing, some sort of collective delusion or something, right? And everyone's playing some weird game which has nothing to do with like life itself, basically. So you gotta choose reality over like the illusion, I suppose. Also, why did they change Discord? I'm not very happy about it. I don't know if it's an improvement or not. It just looks different. Guess I'll get used to it eventually. I think that's kind of the thing with being born autistic or neurodivergent or whatever. The way that I describe it now is it's you seen the Matrix? You know how some of the humans are born outside of the Matrix? They're like born in the real world. It's like that. It's like everyone's trapped in this simulation and you're sort of born outside of it. Or like everyone's playing this game and you're just like living a life. It's a weird thing. And then everyone acts like there's something wrong with you because you're not playing this weird game. And it's like, I'm just trying to live my fucking life, dude. I don't have time for your bullshit. Alright, I gotta get some more water. And then we should be about ready for a workout. I've got to bring the bins in as well. I think I finished breakfast around 12 or something, so it's been a couple of hours. It'll be time to lift before long. But yeah, need a drink. Got to bring the bins back in. I'll be right back. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Better get this workout done, otherwise I'm going to be too hungry. Oh. Alright, so we can take a look at the carpenters in game now, which is nice. Humans. Oh. There we go, that's how the carpenters look in game. I'd say they look pretty good. I think adding a little curve to the waistband in the front and rear view would help sell the isometric perspective a bit. Yeah, the guards have one. The shaman definitely do. Hunters, it's not exactly a curve, but yeah, it kind of is, I guess. So yeah, we're just. Question is, do we drop it down in the middle, or do we raise it up at the sides? That looks kind of strange. We probably want to drop it down in the middle. I think if I do that, the butt crack placement will make more sense too. we go. Not sure his back is supposed to be that far out in this view. Or is that because it's like it widens out behind his shoulders? Yeah. It's supposed to be like that, I think. Take a look at the animation again. Oh, yeah, that seems to be working pretty good. Yeah, I just think adding that slight curve to the belt is going to help. Sort of help sell the perspective a bit. Kind of wondering with that, in this view, I think in this view, this line should be moved over a bit. Perfect. Take a look at that in game now. Actually, I think I'll run it in test mode. Two carpenters apparently. I'm not sure where the other one is, but supposedly we have two. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is this one? Is this one female? Could be. Script. Demo. Carpenter. Gender. It should still just have the carpenter male sprite, even if it's female. That is weird. Why did that one have the old sprite? Possibly I forgot to change it in the second section of this script. Yep. There we go. Hey, we got 3 carpenters this time, and they all look like carpenters too. Hey, that's cool. Wow, that campfire is absolutely huge now, isn't it? Oh my god, we're under attack. Get out of there! Oh, fuck, I kept misclicking. No! Go on beginner island where we don't have to worry about any animal attacks. So, just got to do the female variant of the carpenter sprite now. And then we can move on to the next one. Probably do the breeders next. That would be a fun one. Now the breeders, they're all female. It's only female breeders. But they still need some variants, because they need a pregnant variant and a variant where they're carrying a baby. So they only have 1 carpenter this time, unfortunately. But oh, it really bugs me now that we have these old placeholders mixed in with our fancy new sprites. The hunters are looking cool though. Not sure why these ones are just standing around. Let's watch our new carpenter work. Oh, he's going for a drink. Yeah, I think the water bearers will be fun ones to do as well. We can give them some kind of like flowing robes. I might reduce the height of the carpenter's mask a tiny bit. Also, it would allow me to get the eyes more like in the right place, which would be good. Oh my god, this guy just keeps getting interrupted. Really struggling. Yeah, I always like to have at least three carpenters. A good number of carpenters to have. Yeah, that was the problem with the worshippers, is that they could never unlock any shrines or anything because they would always get thirsty or hungry before, like, you know, if the shrine was all the way on the other side of the island, they would never even be able to reach it without having to go back to camp or go to a stream for a drink or something. Kind of having the same issue with this guy now. Hopefully the fire, it's just started raining, that's going to be putting the fire out. Oh, it's stopping again, maybe. No. He remembers which tree he started felling, though. But, oh, there we go. It goes back to the same one to finish the job. Oh, the fire's gone out again. Really cool to watch them. It's not gone out, right. They put more fuel on it when it starts burning down. It's really cool to watch their behavior. He's thirsty again. He's got to go all the way back to the stream, yeah. It's like until they get the store built and they can fetch some water and keep it in the store, they have to keep going back to the stream every time. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'll make his mask like 1 pixel shorter. Maybe. I don't know. It does look good, but also it is extremely tall. It's mainly from this back view when you realize like how small his head actually is. Yeah, that's funny that he can carry... I didn't even know that. He can carry firewood and lumber at the same time. That's funny. I'm the one who wrote the damn thing, and I didn't even know that. It's useful, though. The sound effects are really, really low. I think that's because finally they're actually working properly, so they're at the correct volume. And I'm just used to them being way too loud. Yeah, if they didn't have to keep traveling all the way to this stream, wouldn't be so bad. Yeah. Well, so we've still got to do the female carpenters, but we've got four of 10 gifts done now. So we're getting there slowly. It's going to look really good once they're all done. We don't have any more of these placeholders. Any more of these colorful cuboids. Anyway, geez, I am hungry, so I better get to lifting before it's too late. Super hungry right now. Alright. Okay, so I've got to switch over to the phone. I'm going to grab another drink and take a quick bathroom break. And I'll be back in a few minutes on the phone to do some lifting before lunch. Thanks for joining me. Just going to back this up real quick. Just going to say male carpenter sprite finished, even though I might tweak it a little bit. I'll just go with that so I know where I'm at. I think I should probably just leave it. Otherwise, you know, I've spent so long on it already, I should probably just move on. There we go, that's all backed up to the repository. Cool. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll be back in a little bit with a workout stream.